Stop recording. Camera chooser. Front facing. Stop recording. Button. Hey guys, this is Jordan Matney here from the Blind World, and today my video that I'm doing that you see from the title is the visually impaired tag. Since so many YouTubers that are in the blind community have done this, but the person that reinvented this is Carrie from my can't think of her name actually. It'll come to me. I think it's Accessible Life, and she has a playlist with her there, but hopefully she'll add me to the playlist. But one person that has tagged me to do this video is Kayla from Kayla with a C. She's a brilliant YouTuber, and I'm linking her video, not her video, but her channel below. And let's get started. So, question number 1. What is your condition that makes you blind or visually impaired? So, my condition is Bardet-Biedl syndrome. One side effect is it affects the sight. Another side effect is obesity, weight. Another side effect is kidneys and liver. The liver being fatty, and the kidneys where they're low. And for me, it affects the deterioration in the back of my eye. So where the optic nerve should be, I don't have the optic nerves. In the back of the eye, it's deterioration, and it's eating away at my sight bit by bit. So that's what my condition is. And some parts of Bardet-Biedl syndrome is where some people will have mutations, where they'll have 6 hands and 6 fingers. Actually, no, 6 fingers and 6 toes. That's what I meant to say. So that's what my condition is. Number 2, describe your describe your visual impairment in 3 words. So the way I would describe it in 3 words: life-changing, rewarding, and insightful. That's how I would describe it. Question number 3. What's the hardest thing about being visually impaired? So the one thing that I find hard being visually impaired is that I want to join the army. So whether that be the American army, the Irish army, whatever army, I want to join the army. And because of my visual impairment, which I see as a gift, in the army's eyes, you have a disability and you can't join. And usually in the army, if you have a disability or injury, they send you home. And I think they should be making adaptations for people that are visually impaired or have a disability and put them in the army. That's what I think. That's what should be done. And if you guys have your opinion on that, leave it in the comments below. I'd be glad to hear it. Question number 4. What do you like about your visual impairment? Well, what I like about my visual impairment is the fact that I can read Braille, and the fact that Braille has changed my life for the better, and that I can read books and all kinds of stuff in Braille, and the fact that it's opened up my world of reading, and that it's made reading for me accessible. And I know this might be cheating, but another thing I like about being visually impaired is that some people have to acknowledge that you're visually impaired if you're on the street or if you're in front of them, that they can't ignore you. So, question 5. What is question 5? Okay, question number 5. Um, question number 5. Question number 5. Um, question number 5. Do you think that it would, if your condition was curable, would you take it? And in my opinion, no. And by the way, guys, that's not the actual question. I'm just putting that in there because I can't think of it. And, you know, just, but if there was a cure for my condition, I wouldn't take it because it'd be saying that there's something wrong with me when clearly there's not anything wrong with me. Question number 6. Do you have a cane, guide dog, or mobility aid? And the answer to that is yes. I actually have a cane, which I call Demi, after Demi Lovato, since I'm a huge Demi Lovato fan. And, she's changed my life. And I use her everywhere. I walk with her everywhere. And, like, she's just a life changer. And I wouldn't trade her for the world. Question number 7. What advice would you give to a visually impaired person or blind person that's going blind? And for this question, learn to live with your visual impairment. Learn to live with the fact that your life is not over. And this is going on what Kayla has said, that your life doesn't suck and that your life is not over. Because that's one thing I will agree with her on. That your life is not over. That there's actually meaning to your life. There's new beginnings. And just because you have to think of strategies to do things differently doesn't mean that your life is over. For some people, it can be the beginning. Some people, it can be the end. Or some people, it can be something different that they never thought of before. And that's my opinion on it. Learn to live with your visual impairment. And also remember that you are not cursed, you're not a burden, and you are perfect. And that you shouldn't have to change to be suited to people in society. But if you can't cope with the visual impairment, my advice, like Kayla's, is go to counselling, go to mental health professionals, and if your mental health is screwed up in any way, or you feel like you can't talk about it, go to counselling. I recommend it. Number 8. What advice would I give to a sighted person on visual impairments and blind people? There's several pieces of advice I would give, but mainly, like Kayla, talk to us like human beings. Don't be afraid to say the wrong thing if you're in a situation with a blind person, and actually don't consider them as a blind person. Consider them as a human being and ask them questions, interact, and don't be afraid to say the wrong question. Maybe they'll surprise you with their answer, but ultimately, treat people with respect, human decency, and treat them like they're a human being if they're blind or visually impaired. That's that's my understanding of it. Question number 9. Why did you set up your YouTube channel and whatnot? And for that, there's several reasons. One, I want to interact with more visually impaired people out there and build a world where we can be safe and where we can trust people. Number 2, to have it where people can comment about their opinions and feel safe about commenting on their opinions. The third reason is that I want to make the world a better place, and I think about uploading videos on my channel will send a message that blind people are not weak or useless. And question number 10, who would you tag in this video? Right, I'm not sure if they've done this on their channels yet, but one person I think that should do this video, and I want him to do it, which I'll have his channel in the description, is blind to billionaire. I think he should do the tag if he hasn't done it already. Um, Another person I think that should definitely do the tag and unsubscribe to her is Casey from How Casey Sees It, but I have a feeling she's done it, but I'll tag her anyway. And actually, no, forget Casey. Um, Two people I think that should do it are that I've recently subscribed to are Blind Shooter. So that's Blind Shooter. And another guy I think that should definitely do this tag is Patriarch in the Dark. So I want to give a shout out to you guys and hopefully you'll do the tag. Okay, that's all I have time for today. I'm going to be uploading this to my channel. And you know, guys, if you want to comment on what my about my questions or my answers, leave those in the comments below. And don't be afraid to give your opinions. Right. That's me, Jordan Man with the Blind World. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.